Hey guys, welcome back to Exilium Games. This morning I am continuing to do a playthrough of a very, very pixelated, empty world. This reminds me of a movie from, geez, 80s, 90s called The Never Ending Story. Oh my God, what did they do? So, in The Never Ending Story, I don't remember what it's called, but there's this evil force. It's called the Void or something that is essentially eating their world. And um, other than missing the black fog looking thing. This is reminds me of what it looked like. Anyways, that was actually an interesting movie. I remember when I was a kid, there's this girl Anastasia, whatever her name was, Princess Anastasia. I remember when I was a kid, I was very much attracted to that girl. Um, wow, what did they do here? Anyways, I'm me getting. Oh my God, and I'm dead. Um, I am getting distracted here. So yeah, I'm on episode I think 8 now of series 3 or season 3. They color coded their solar panels. That's interesting. And this is on a two axis. It's on a two-axis tilt now. So last night we had an actual hardcore power outage. Oh, they added a third one. They did. Looks like they put it right there. Um, yeah, we had a power outage. It shut everything down, and except for a few places that had, limited APC power. They went emergency harvested everything and so on because the game. Yeah, I'm the only one here. Um, we had yeah. So basically, we just sapped the batteries, and we have actually. Let's see if I can figure out where this is at because I don't remember. That's right. There's a whole downstairs thing. Oh, the storm's coming. Okay, there's a storm coming. For what it's worth, oh, they moved the wind power. Why did they move the wind power? That wind power, there used to be a wind turbine right here. It produced in the neighborhood of, I believe, 10 megawatts when the storms happen. It was a very fast way to charge batteries. So that speaker isn't making a sound, which is a problem. So I mean, all this stuff is using a massive amount of power, but this is all new. All of this is new. So somebody went crazy with the solar panels. We are currently gaining more power than we're losing by about, do math really quick. Math, please, math. 30 kilowatts, which isn't a lot, honestly, but it is more than we're losing. We're actually using this much power. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, so let's go look at the batteries. It says it's 100% full. Yeah, we're going to see the storm. I don't think a lot of people have seen the weather station do the storm thing, so might as well just demonstrate it right now. Huh, that's interesting. This didn't work. That's supposed to be a respawn thing. It must only work for humans because I spawned over there. Let's go ahead and cycle that. Um, so in 10 seconds, the storm will happen. While that's happening, that light right there is part of the alarm system that I set up yesterday, and there's the storm. And we still have storm in this room, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so basically, yeah, I set this up so basically we have tank filter for each of the various gases. So we can see carbon dioxide is currently sitting at 29%. Capacity, this one is at zero. It really is at zero. Wow. Um, and this is the filter, how low the filters are. Um, and there's water here. So all that hooks up and goes to the alarm that's up there. And when the tanks hit 95% capacity, this alarm will go off. I'm going to set up another system that is going to have backflow pressure regulators that will off gas from specific tanks when they're above 98% as an emergency measure. Basically, we're going to have multiple um, uh, sort of redundancies. I'm going to jump on our not Dyson Sphere. There it is. Stationeers server really quick. There we go. So people want to join. It's pretty early in the morning for most people still, even though it's 10. The clock did jump forward at an hour. Oh, we put the speaker in here too to allow for storm. We must put this all over the place. Um, so I keep jumping from subject to subject. Oh yeah, backflow gases. So it'll be a dual redundancy or dual emergency redundancy system. The alarm, it'll let people stop stuff, and then the off gas. I could have a triple redundancy, and this is something I talked about yesterday, is setting up a system that once these reached a certain amount, that it would just, there'd be an APC that I put right here that isn't hooked up yet, that would shut off all electricity to this room. So I could do that like 99% or something. So that way we make sure we have no explosions from that room. Now, a trick here is I'm not entirely certain if I start gassing hydrogen in the atmosphere and like the cell next to it's 100% hydrogen, is that going to catch fire? I guess we're going to find out because I don't know. The batteries are down here. Are they down here? Or a random basement storage? This is what happens when you build an environment. Did he? I can't really see because I don't have the thing. Um, oh, why didn't you close this? That's a little weird. Let's close that. Where's the door? There. Oh, I'm inside. There we go. There. Now it's closed. Um, oh, they moved the batteries, or I got lost. One of the two. So this is where the rover goes. It's part little parking space. I know there's batteries in here, but there was a secret battery compartment. Did they move it? Must have been super secret because now I've lost it. There was one of these walls went down to the basement. Was it this one? Yep. This is their way of hiding it. Okay, so here's the batteries. So that's how they know which wall it's in. Um, it wasn't a very good hiding system because I found it pretty quick. Is that a sensor? That is a, yep, that reads the amount of power going through. So this appears to be the master storage room, which means that the sensor up there, the readout, isn't totally accurate because this is not 100% capacity. You can tell because of that one. But yeah, they've made a lot of progress. Um, this is the benefit of playing with other people, outside of playing with other people. You get to see um, some very creative people make way better stuff than you. Oh, and this goes to this goes to, yeah, that's not the right key. There we go. This goes to these solar arrays, which are pretty huge. That is an enormous amount of solar panels. I don't know why we just don't use gas at this point. What is that? This is just a larger transformer. Yeah, it's a medium transformer. Interesting. That's actually pretty cool. Um, so anyways, I do need to hook up some lights in here. These doors don't do what we thought they would. In fact, the game actually thinks I'm going against the wind right now because these doors. I'll demonstrate this really quick. And the game treats these as actual doors, even though they have a black blank panel, so they're not as useful as I thought they were going to be. The idea is you would put your things in there, but unless you have a frame behind it, well, shoot, even if you have a frame behind it, wait, I thought we put a frame behind those. I'll have to look at it after. Anyways, I need to go get my, actually I have it right here, I believe. Yep, I do. Turn that on. There, now I can turn this off because I freaking hate the green light all the time. It's very depressing. So go ahead and swap out its battery for the day. Swap out my battery for the day. And there we go. Okay. Um, okay, so I need to get the other piece of this alarm hooked up, which is just going to be a copy of this chip over to this chip. This one actually has stuff set. This one doesn't yet. You can see they're all no device. Um, I need to recycle. Give me a second. I need to go recycle this stuff. This is our recycling room. Um, Curious if they got any more stuff done. He did take out the center thing. Interesting. Um, and oh wow, why is there chips in here? Don't throw away chips. What the hell? Actually, I kind of want that chip. No, I don't, because I have the. I put this in the closet, so I never have to worry about it. I probably want to keep. Nah, we're good. There's another IC chip. Did they like give up, try to make some IC stuff, and just totally borked it off? Oh yeah, they did. Looks like they copied it too. They're all this. I say that because they're all the same size. We don't want to throw these things away. These might be useful at some point. There was a backpack full of that stuff. Arched wall. They're throwing away random stuff. That's a little weird. Okay. Um, Geometric walls. Yeah, they're throwing away random walls. A heavy solar panel kit? What is that? Huh. Is that like between the basic and the normal one? Um, does it tell me? That's the first time I've seen that. Solar panel. Yeah, these are all kits. This is the normal one. Produces 500 kilowatts. Um, this produces this, which doesn't tell me how much power it gets. So it must not be a lot, otherwise it probably wouldn't have thrown away. Um, there's supposed to be a system. This is the purge the stacker. Okay, they haven't finished it yet. That's fine. Basically, the idea is there's a sorters down there. There's a silo with every single metal, and some lights. Wasn't one of these have the atmospherics? That's weird things. Oh, there's the hard suit. Let's put those in here. There we go. Because these can be useful. You don't need an IC chip for everything all the time. Signs, transformers. Okay, wind power. Yeah, we used to have a. This is it right here, the wind turbine. And that, I wonder why they took it down. I'll have to ask him when he gets on. Frames. Okay. Locker. Insulated pipes. We don't really need those on this planet. Cards. Jet likes to make the room like lived in, so he'll put stuff just placed on there. What is going on there? Just a logic transformer setting up there. Oh, transmitter. That could be useful. I thought about doing this for an emergency system. So each room, if it had to transmit an emergency warning, would transmit to the wireless warning system, which would allow you to keep your network segregated. I've never used one. Oh, I got this cabinet over there. Why don't we just use that? Give me, nope, not that. This, you can go. How do we start building it? I'm already in several minutes. That's really weird. Um, there we go. Put these over here. All right. Anyways, yeah, see now we're 87%. We aren't getting any power because we don't have wind or any other generation. We still got this one up. I wonder why. It must be charging battery still somewhere. Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and start this. I just need to change this code and put this wall away. Actually, do I want this wall? Oh, neato. We can do those now. Those are new too. So we got arch plating, two-tone round corner, square corner, triangle corner. I do like these arched walls for hallways. You know, they kind of look cool. Um, oh, it doesn't like the... Fine. Nope, can't put it there. Can't put it there. Requires support. You're being weird. That is a little weird. Why can't I do that? Huh. Oh, it's because there's already walls there. Okay, that makes sense. All right, anyways, I don't know what... I don't want to throw away these chips because I do use IC a lot. And these will be useful later. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in here. Okay. So to complete this, we need to do a couple things. We are on alert 1. Let's make sure it's imported. I'll reiterate this to everybody who's watching. The alert, if you don't have the right one selected and you bring up the wrong code, then click export, it's screwed up. It's already happened to me. So always do an import when you're on the right one. Now I can basically select alert 2, which is this one here, and you see because I named it, and I'm going to export it. Now it's on alert 2, and we know it is. Now I actually want to turn this off. The reason we want to turn it off is because I have to cycle through a bunch of things, and I don't want the code writing to random things while I'm setting these dials. We need that one, and oh, we're doing that's right, we're doing the filter LEDs now. Um, we'll keep these on the same ones. So this is on hydrogen, you can see. So I want to change that to hydrogen, and I haven't changed the code yet, so it won't be TDH. It'll be TDH. Uh, it'll be I can't remember. Did I not do display? There it is, filter LED. But I'll probably give it a different name. Anyways, we need to be on in. He stuck a transformer in here. There's a. Did you see it? Back up, back up. I saw a transformer in here. Yep, there it is. So this room has a transformer somewhere. Um, I'd have to follow the signal. It's probably under the ground. Um, in the earlier builds, there was a hallway that went underneath. I don't know if it still exists anymore, actually. Um, but it used to be like right here on the other side of this, and it was a way to connect things. And I honestly have no idea what happened to that to tunnel. There used to be a tunnel under here, but he stuck a transformer, which is cool, I guess, because it'll eventually need it. Because this room's got to do a whole lot more stuff, gas mixing and so on. Oh yeah, so it's anyways. Okay, so um, we need to find the nitrogen, oxygen, N2. There we go. So we want perfect N2 filter LED. So the idea is that it's going to pull off the um, no, I don't want a nitrogen. I want hydrogen. You're stupid. There we go. Nope. There we go. Filter. So it's going to pull off this reading here, and then it will alert. Instead of pulling from the tank and doing the math is already done for this output. So I'm just pulling the output from there. Um, so we'll do O2, nitrogen, CO2. I think I already went past. No, we didn't. There we go. And pollutant. Did I? There we go. Filter LED. And this goes to the warning, which is that light right there. So we will set this to the warning light. Nope, not that one. There we go. Then we can turn this on, and it works because right now the code is these two exactly the same. But what we're going to do is actually change the code to make it do different math. So we're going to edit it, make sure we're on the right one, we're on alert 2, make sure we import it, and then edit it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to accidentally overwrite it. At some point in the future, you're going to overwrite your code with another chip's code. So um, right now, even though these are, I don't really have to change these because they go to the same places, just the different readout, but I probably will change them because just to make it clean. We actually want this to be the display for hydrogen, and this is fine. This is all fine, except we don't want tank. We want TF. There we go. That's for the filter. So we know this is going to tank. No, we want this to be, my bad. We want this to be filter display. There we go. Filter display, filter display, filter display, and filter display, which means we need to change this to filter display, F, 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 and F, and we keep that. Okay. And then all these are the same because it's the same pattern. I'm just pulling a different value from the system. So this is fine. We want this to be 0.5, I believe, to give them a warning that it needs to be replaced. Change that to F. Yeah, these are going to start freaking out. You're going to see it. So basically what's happening, the reason they're turning red is because the variable I'm calling no longer exists. So we'll click that, fix all these. Um, those are fine. The threshold, okay, so we can use the same jump. Basically, it's kind of a weird if-then statement. We'll do I got a feeling my voice isn't on, so I'm paranoid. Nope, we're good. Okay. Um, so basically what we got, and I'll walk you through it real quick, is we have, make sure he's on, okay. So this is pulling from the number 0 slot, which is looking at the filter display to get its reading. And that's what this is. Filter display for hydrogen, filter display for O2. That's how I name things. So this is the filter display register, filter display O2 register. And this assigns the register value. I'm saying the threshold, I need to change this. This function's not going to be right. So pull up the function list. There's our function list. I'll explain this in a minute. This function list is saying if this is greater than threshold, but we don't want to be greater than, we want to be less than. So I believe that is nope, B. Okay, so this one is saying if A is greater than or equal to B, which is how I had the other one, but now we need to do a less than because we are trying to demonstrate if we could do this, if if B is greater than or equal to 0 or A. So right now we're saying if with BGE, which is here, we're saying if the register, which is here, which is being set here, this is going to get confusing, and I'm sorry for this. It's a custom programming language. So this is saying if uh, the filter display for hydrogen and its register, which is here, and that is being set here. So this is saying set this load, this register with this setting value of this item here, which is this thing, right? It's all linked together. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask me. I can answer them real time if you say something in chat. If not, I will answer your questions when I see them in the comments. Or jump on our Discord too. There's a lot of us that play on Discord. Well, a lot of us, 4 of us, that play on Discord, and we can answer questions there too. Anyways, but this math is saying if this is register is greater than the threshold, that it skips to 32. We don't want it to be greater than. We want this one to be less than because if we're using different math because it's a different system. So this is C if A is greater than or equal to B. That's not the one I want. The one I want is go to C if A is less than or equal to B. So I've just got to find the right one. And there it is. And it is less. That makes total sense. We'll just change this to an L. Branching, when it says branch, that's why all these B's are branches. Branching is this language's version of doing if statements, if then statements. So it's basically saying, if this is less than this, jump to line 32. That's what C is. So 32 is turning the warning light on, and essentially let's say this hit a positive, it would jump to 32, turn it on, and then this would jump to 15, and would go through this whole thing over and over and over again until this was no longer true. Once it was fixed, then it would hit hit this one would change it to 0, and then it would hit this jump and go back and back and back until it hit a positive, and then it would jump to this line and do the same thing until it was cleared, and then it would do it here. This is my exit system. So this whole thing is now set, and we can now save and export. There. So now we can test the values. So we know we've got one at 88, 85, 85. So let's say anything less than 90%. So what we'll do is for testing purposes, we'll change the threshold to 90. We'll confirm, and then we will export. That should Turn the light on, but it didn't. Oh, that's why. Um, because I didn't have this output as a percent, it's at as number. So I actually need to change this to 90 instead of 0.9 because I don't have the readout as a percentage. There, and export. There, now it's on. So now we know that system is working because this one would have triggered it, this one would have triggered it, that one wouldn't have, and this one would have triggered it. So we don't actually want it there, so we're going to change it to 5. Confirm, export, and now it would have turned off because the conditions would have changed. This one isn't being used yet. So there, all of our alarm systems are in and are now working. The next piece we need to do is set up the backflow pressure regulator system, which will basically take off a loop go through this wall out back. So I need to grab a bunch of pipe, um, and I should probably make a bunch of floor plating too. Make more of these. Um, although, honestly, these things absorb too much light. I might want to use a white floor. I think I'm going to do that. Make walls. Yeah, let's do some of that real quick. We just want regular walls, or excuse me, flat walls for floors. Um, yeah, I don't want this because you can see through it, and I would only put this in areas where there's lots of stuff under the floor, for instance, in hallways, maybe. I don't know. In the greenhouse, I wonder if when I set up the greenhouse, I originally had a floor set up. I wonder if they use the same floor. Yeah, they did. I mean, they used different floor, but it just painted it black, so that's fine. But I want the floor to be white because it will reflect more light. We need steel. Oh my God, it's all in there. Okay, that's nothing. Also nothing. Nothing. Okay. Might as well swap this out while I'm thinking about it. So we need to get some steel, which unfortunately means we need to pick it up from here. Wait, look at how much supply is. Like 7,000 iron. They made advanced stuff. Oh wow, that's really neat. That's the first advanced stuff I've ever seen personally. I've never seen this stuff before. That is significant. Yeah. We need to come up with a better way to deal with our supplies. Yeah, this is all advanced. This is very hard stuff to make. It requires like really low pressure but really high temperatures, or really high pressures and very low temperatures, depending on what you're making. I just need steel, but it's got to go through all the advanced, all of the uh, regular alloys, and some of these have 7,000 to output, and I can't turn this up more than 500, so there's nothing I can do. I just gotta wait for it to get to the steel. We really need to come up with a better solution for this. This is crazy. This is so dumb. Um, we should just have some steel in one, have a stack of steel in every one, a stack of everything in every one. That's how we should do this. Steel. Now I can turn this thing off. There we go. I was like, did I just pull it out of the machine I wanted to actually use? That would have been dumb. So in this particular case, here's the electrum. We can grab nickel. We can grab Invar. We can grab the solder. We'll grab a solder. a silicone, Constantine, got it. Invar Okay. We're still missing iron and copper. That's because I didn't empty this thing all the way. So I guess I might as well just empty it. The problem is that there's 7,000. It would take forever to empty this thing. There's no good way to deal with this. We have to output this to a sorter, but it is what it is. So start a bunch of these. I need a bunch. We're at 90% batteries. I'm curious if there's a chart display you can do. It's not very useful though. It would be better if it was on a graph like this instead of a box that's super small. Okay. I don't know why I got distracted with the floors. That was kind of dumb. Yeah, I think we're just going to go flat plating. I like plating, but I don't think it'll work in this room. Um, I guess large panel works. And then we need steel sheets. Hey, thank you, virtuos. I think it's virtuos, pretty much. Steel sheets. One of these times I might start streaming on Twitch, but it's Twitch is such a competitive arena, um, and I don't really have the garish personality I think that people seem to like Twitch for. Not no bright lights and lots of yelling and weirdness. I'm not that guy, um, and I'm not going to try to pretend to be that guy. It doesn't tell me how many's in there. That bothers me. Okay, we'll turn that off. Um, but I might try to do Twitch just because it's easier to be successful in Twitch with streaming per se, and then I could upload the videos here, um, kind of like Coke Orange does and some others. All right, so yeah, we got now we just need to set up the backflow pressure regulators, which I've talked about a few times. We got 15 pipes. That's not going to be enough. We need more pipes. And we need the backflow pressure regulators, which I do believe is, no, maybe. Nope, not there. Nope. Uh, Kit volume pump pressure regulator. This works. What you do is you create what's called a back. It has a few different options to it. So as you do it this way, you go to number two, and it's a backflow. So that's the one you want to use for for. Oh, I need to put this back. You there, and that's the only one we have. It appears no pipes anywhere. I'll check the basement, but I don't think we have any there either. So now we have this problem where I need to make a bunch of. I need 6 backflow pressure regulators, so I need 5 more. Regulator. Probably, oh, I need one of these and then 4 more of the other ones. So we'll do one of those. Iron, gold, and copper. Crap. You see my problem? This machine needs to output an epic buttload of materials. There's copper. Might as well put another copper in this one. Another copper in that one. Another copper in this one. I will leave these on so I can see what each one has. The idea here is that I'll balance the resources between them so we don't have this situation again, because this is untenable. Iron, 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 iron. Okay. So we've got iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, copper, iron, copper. This will have iron, copper. I do believe it's empty. It's finally empty. So we can put copper, iron, gold. We'll grab a gold for this machine here. Actually, while I'm doing this, I'm going to let this run for a minute. Gold in this machine. Did I not pick it up? Put a gold in this machine. That machine. Okay, so now we have iron everywhere. Got iron, 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 and iron. So we've got copper everywhere. Copper, 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 copper. Nope, no copper. Got copper for this machine. And copper. Okay, so, and then of course here we got, okay, so then we need gold, which we have gold, 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 and gold. Perfect. Let's go ahead and stop that, output that. Go over here, make this stupid thing. And then we need a regulator. We need 4 more of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're going to turn these machines off because we're at 100, so we do charge all the way at daytime, so we're fine. It seems like we only go down to the mid 80s or so at my current usage, but we're charging. That's really neat. All right. The guys did a really, really good job with that. So we're going to hook up, put these away really quick. I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. And I think what I'm going to do is just have a pipe for each of these go this way, right? Maybe a little bit up. Can't go here because it'll run to the cable, but I can go right here. And then we'll just have a backflow pressure regulator, probably in front here. Well, I needed to, can I pick that up? So the thing is we need to Why are these? That was weird. Okay. Um, I need to hook it up to power. So what we can do here, unfortunately, I can't change the direction. I can only go this way, which you can see already causes a problem. So to make this work, because my cable's right there, right? And I have no way to really get clean cable if I put it over there. So what I can do, since you rotate it here, ew, that's still not pretty. Um, I can't do that. Where is that? See, that's not going to work either. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I mean, I could go right here and that would solve a lot of problems just to go out this wall there. Um, but I know at some point I'm going to want to split off pipes to go to the mixture systems, and I need to make sure that I have room for all of that. And the mixture systems also require power. So in theory, if I go, no, not like that, not like that, not like this, not like this, do that, I guess. Probably, nope, can't go there. You don't like there. Why don't you like there? Because then I'll just have to pull a cable off here, I guess, and run it down for all of them. It's the only way I can see to make it work cleanly. Um, so essentially do this, yeah, and then I'll feed back there. Give me that, give me this, there, give me that. Did I just do a curve? I did. Because I'm a moron. Give me that back.
Hello,
Hello.
you streaming?
I am streaming. What's going on?
Not much.
I see you guys built a butt ton worth of solar panels. Like that solved our power crunch that we had last night. Um, I was going to ask you. So I noticed that there was a heavy solar panel kit in the trash can. Did you guys test and see how much power that thing pushes out?
That was the regular. I thought maybe when I
Well,
saw it, I thought it was like some weird tier one heavy
that's
solar
what it looked
panel.
like. It looked like it was a slightly upgraded version of the tier one solar panel. Because there's the heavy. There's actually, if you go to F1, yeah, there's solar panel, this solar panel heavy, and then there's also solar panel, solar panel basic heavy. So there's solar panel basic, solar panel basic heavy, and then solar panel heavy of the tier ones. And I'm just curious, does that just make them last longer, or do they produce more power? And the information doesn't really tell you. It doesn't tell me how much power it produces. It doesn't tell me how strong it is. Like this doesn't give me any usable information. Um, Printable flashpoint, yeah. So I don't know what it takes. Takes 5 glass sheets though,
Yeah,
which seems to be if that's the case, that seems to indicate that if it takes more materials to produce than a regular solar panel, you know, you think it would produce more power. But then
I
again, what
think
do I know?
I
Yeah.
think it produces the same amount of power, but the advantage it has is it doesn't take damage in storms.
Okay. The thing is if you're at the point where you can make those, you might as well just make regular solar panels. Of course, then you have the regular solar panels get damaged until you can make steel windows.
No, okay, so
or at least that's what I was last thought we figured out.
so the regular solar panels, they get affected by the shadows that the windows cast on them. So by using the heavies, you get the full power of the sun.
The heavies don't care about shadows.
No, the heavies don't care about storms, so you don't have to put the windows on them.
Yeah, but the windows aren't gonna. I don't understand the shadow problem.
The shadows reduce the efficiency of the regular
Yeah, I get that.
solar panel.
So shadows also affect the regular ones or the other ones, right?
Yeah, they could, but because they're heavy and they don't take damage in storms, we don't need to cover them, so there's no shadows.
Yeah, but those shadows from the windows, that's like an infinitesimal area
No,
that would be producing or covering.
no. Well, you would think, but
Did you measure it?
yeah, they you saw the have you seen the displays here?
Yeah, I did.
I saw it drop like 2 to 4 kilowatt when the shadows really got in the way.
Okay. The only problem, I guess that's offset by the fact that those can't, um, they're at a set angle. So they're only useful for a very small portion of the day. Yeah, if that makes sense. Because you can't angle them. Once they're set, right? Am I missing something? How come it won't
Um,
let me go down? That's weird.
oh, are you still talking about the flat one?
But yeah, well, uh, yes, the flat one, although it has three different angles you can set it at. If you use your scroll wheel, it does a 45-degree angle one also. But yes, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the
Okay.
heavy kit
I
that
th
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Why does it think
well,
I'm doing that?
but also the new solar panel are heavies as well.
Oh, okay. So we were talking about two separate things. That's why I said heavy solar panel kit. Um, I thought we were talking about the same thing. We're not. Okay.
We're still talking about heavy solar panels.
But no, I was talking about the ones that the ones that don't turn is the one I was talking about. You're talking about the ones that you can turn, right?
Well, I mean, I was talking about the heavy solar panels in general, but
Okay.
yeah, we're not going to use those. I'm 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 disposing that
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I was saying. That's the one I saw in the trash. It looked like somebody's like, ah, this doesn't work out. And that's what I was asking is how much power does that thing use?
So on the wiki, I guess they'll on the wiki it implies that everything gives out a fixed amount. So all the solar panel types will make 500 watts, but
Okay.
it will be different amounts based on what planet you're on.
Okay.
So on Mars, we won't get that 500. We'll get 455 or something like that.
Yeah, but those fixed ones don't turn, so they're only good for like half the day,
Yeah,
right?
you wouldn't.
There's no reason to ever use those except when you're starting out. At least that's
Yeah,
what it looks like.
yeah, unless the sun is in a fixed position on the planet.
Correct. I don't think we have any. I don't think this game has geostationary, or excuse me, I think it's called tidally locked planets. In other words, they always stay facing the same direction towards the sun. I guess you could mod it. There are mods for that kind of stuff, I think. Right, so we're gonna have to do some weird trickery here. Oh, are you kidding me? the collision box for these lights is stupid. Okay, well, that means we're gonna have to do, yeah, fine. Take this off, that off. So I got the warning system completed for the gas room. It does produce sounds. It'll make the light turn on for when the filters need replaced or when the gas tanks are too full. Um, and I'm now putting in the backflow pressure regulator system.
This is a little horrifying.
But
Froggy logged out in the common room,
mhm.
and it's just his head, just his player head,
I wonder why
showing
the
up.
game does that. It does it with robots too, where only the head shows up sometimes. It's been an issue for like a year, maybe longer. I'm surprised it hasn't been fixed. Okay. So now I just need a bunch of pipe. And I've used up all my pipe. Awesome. So I started putting. See finally made the advanced armor.
Uh-huh.
So I started like putting one stack of every metal in every machine. And I saw you created the advanced, the super advanced, whatever it's called, alloys. That's actually
Uh,
the first time I've ever seen those made.
Trading.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that works too. Holy freaking! Well, now I know where all your ore is in here. Oh, that's a chute. That goes down to the bin, doesn't it?
No,
It
no,
doesn't? Okay.
no. That's literally just a hole in the foundation.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. This is becoming a management problem because if you run out of, like, let's say iron in a machine, you have to literally print out this giant stack of materials. That's why I was trying to put at least one stack in every machine of every kind, so that way you don't have to do that as often. I do need to make pipes. There's a stack of, are those for you?
No, for you.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, so we'll finish building this out. So the way these back pressure regulators work is that you'll set a setting on the dial there, and then once the pressure in the pipe's a certain level, it'll allow the pressure outside to the outside. So that's why I'm setting it up here. And what I'll probably do, these things take a lot of power to operate. So um, what I will probably do is in the code that triggers the alarm, I will add in a couple lines that will also turn these on when it hits like 98 or 99%. Probably 98%, I think is what I'll do is my triggering level. Um, For some reason, it won't let me make a curve down this way. I want to make a curve that way, but it's only allowing me to go sideways. There must be something there. Yeah, see, that one's let me, nope, it's not letting me do it either. That's really weird. I gotta see what's on the underside of this wall. Okay, let's go outside really quick. I noticed you guys took down the big windmill. Why'd you guys do that?
Oh, what on the one on the very top?
Yeah,
I, he must have did that after I logged off.
okay. So this is why this one won't do it. It's running into this juncture right there, which is fine. So what we'll do is we'll just turn it because you can't have a pipe and a cable going in the same direction. You can make the cable cross the pipe, but can't have them in the same going in the same direction. So easy fix. We'll just have the thing go sideways. Not a big deal. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we just need 5 passive vents. Let's see if we have any in the storage. I don't think we do. I think I would have seen them. Well, there's a active vent. Radiators. Nope. Okay. Make some active, active, or passive vents. We need 5 of those. Now, I don't know what to do about the water as far as ejecting water. I don't think you can use passive vents for water. So I gotta figure out how that's gonna work. Um, Unless I can just have it drip on the ground. I honestly have no idea. 1, 2, 3. Have you tried the robot yet?
Amy?
The miner, the digging one?
Uh, yeah, about that.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's either the specs for this server isn't ready for it, or it's this particular build of the game. But I did build an Amy last night, and if he had not figured out how to delete it, we probably would have been restarting.
Why?
Um, because the moment anyone touched it, that wasn't the person that laid it down. Um, you couldn't interact with anything.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
weird bug.
everyone was, me and him weren't seeing the same stuff. We were desynced. We couldn't see each other, interact with stuff.
Wow. That is a terrible bug.
Yes, it was Revenge of the Machine.
Okay, I need walls on the outside here for this to work, so I need to make more walls. Yeah, I have not read about that. That's interesting. That's definitely bug worthy as far as reporting that, I think. Because that's a big deal. Like, Amy is supposed to be like in-game, mining stuff. Um, so we need at least 5 walls. Do I have any in here? No, I don't. I have steel. Oh yeah, I do have flat wall. I don't want to use flat walls though. We want to use regular walls for outside. Is that what we're using outside? Just regular walls? I think we are.
Yeah, kit wall.
Yep. Okay, so now the vents are all connected, the back pressure regulators are all connected, um, and what we need to do is I think I'm going to create a simple. I'm going to leave them all named the same so I can use one command to turn them all off and on and set the pressure all to the same degrees. And I think we set the, what did we say the tank max pressure was? No, I can't remember. I honestly don't remember what the max pressure is. Hang on a sec. Hey, Yusuf, how's it going, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. I did see you yesterday in a stream really quick, then you disappeared. Sorry I missed you. I get really focused on the programming part of this game and I lose track of the stream. Bad stream etiquette on my part. But good to see you again. Let's see here. We're doing Googling. I'm typed in Google. Googling Stationeers tank pressure. There we go. Tank. Yeah, so the problem with this stupid wiki is it tells me, oh, there it is. We're good. 60 MPa. So 60,000. So what I'll do is I'll set this to like 55. No, 50. We'll just say 59. 59,000. Yeah, it seems like a go. So we'll change this to the um, we don't have any extra things here. Um, so in this case, I need to use alert 3, which and alert 3 is actually empty. So we're going to do that. We imported it. We're going to go ahead and edit it. And this is going to be a brand new one. So um, I'm trying to figure this out. So if I do one line, because I have to read 5, then output to 1. So that'll work perfect. Because now I can just read the. All right. I need to use the restroom. I will be right back. I apologize, but if I ignore this too much longer, that's not going to be good. I will be right back, guys. I apologize, but I am a human, and these things need to be taken care of sometimes. All right, I'm back. Apologize for that. All right, so still playing on second server. Oh wow. Yes. Okay, so writing this new thing, we're gonna pull down the variables of the tank pressure readouts instead of doing the math on tank, because as I mentioned before, the math that does the calculation already exists. So all I need to actually pull the actually calculated data from the display itself. So we'll do TDH. Cat's meowing at me because I'm not giving her attention. I'm sorry, hon. TDH D0 alias T. So this means the way I do this is tank display and then the thing. In this case, it's O2 D1 alias tank display nitrogen D2 alias tank display CO2 D3 alias tank display X D4, and the last one will be alias. In this particular case, we're just going to call this pressure regulator. That's fine, D5, because they're all going to be the same. Um, it'll act like there's a chip you can make, just a simple logic chip that will give you a batch writer, so it'll output all of the same things. That's what you do with solar panels, the tracking systems. You leave the solar panels named the same thing because when it outputs it to all things named that thing. Um, 1 second here while I check. Yep, there it is. Blink. Okay, so now we'll do. Um, we need to define our registers, so we'll do alias. Um, hmm. Well, I guess I'll have to go through each one of them, which is super annoying. We'll just do a tank display pressure. Actually, tank display value, I guess. R0, um, and then that should be enough. Now we are going to load the register of that, check it, load the next one, check it, load the next one, check it. Um, but for right now, we're going to do a quick set. It's actually, I don't know if it's called set. I think it's set. Isn't it set? It's just set S, but I thought it had a name. So what we're going to do is set D0, actually D5. We want to set that, and what's the value? We're going to go to F1, do pressure, and we're going to do a pressure regulator, and we want setting, I guess, setting and on. So those are the two things we need to change. So we're going to do on 1. Actually, we don't want to turn it on, not yet, but we do want to do setting, and we want to do 59,000. That's 50, so that'll be 59 MPa because they could do 60 something, 61 or so. Um, that'll set all of those. Then we need to load into register the, I forgot the syntax, yeah, right here to us register our TDV, because I did to give it an alias, um, D0, actually TDH, so we keep track of it, and then setting. And then we'll do the thing, we'll do um, we're going to do a, I have to do an if statement. We'll get these written out and then I'll put the spaces between them. TDV, TDO02 setting, TDV, TDN setting, L, TDV, TD, TDCO2 setting, L, TDV. If I knew how to do arrays, I would make an array of the objects and have it loop through them, but I don't see a way to do an array in this code because otherwise I just do a loop for or a while, do a what's called a for loop or a while loop, which most programming languages have those type of loops, but I can't figure out how to do that in this language. It should be there, but I don't know if there's actually a way to do an array, although I do see some references to what's called a stack. And the stack appears to be an array, and there's a pop and a push code. So this is in JavaScript has pop and push. Here's pop right there and push. And they say stack and stack, which seems to be a way to manipulate an array, right? Um, so do you name the array? And I got to figure that out. I don't know. Maybe stack, just stack function. Yes, I don't see a
Um,
stack function.
I
Yeah,
was I was looking at the wiki out of my own curiosity yesterday
yeah,
or before. There's some references to like forcibly making the code jump to
yeah.
specific step.
That's what I have in my codes that I currently have written have a jump. It's called jump. So you tell it to jump to a certain line. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I thought you could use that as a poor man's array.
Um, well, I mean, if you were to do that, you'd have to maybe, but then you have to type it out multiple times anyways. And that's kind of the point of the array is to not have to type out the items in the array over and over
Yeah,
and over again.
yeah.
So we need to, now we're going to do math, and this is going to be a branch because all the if statements in this game are called branches. And we need to do if BGE, I believe it is, BGE greater than, branch greater than, I don't know what the E stands for, but I'm pretty sure it's BGE. BG, there it is, branch. So if A equals greater than B, um, and so what we'll do is BGE and um, if A, in this particular case, we're going to call a, I have to call a register for this to work. Oh, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. So if TDV is greater than 5900, um, and this will tell it, we're going to tell it to jump to line 25 for now, because I don't know what it'll be. We'll change this once I know. Okay. So this says I'm setting D5, which is the pressure regulator itself, all of them to 5900. This is pulling the setting value from the display, tank display of hydrogen and putting it into the TDV register. This is doing a comparison of the TDV register, saying if it's greater than or equal to 59,000 to jump to line 25. So at 25, we will put um, set set PR. Actually, I should put PR here too, so I know what it's referencing. PR. This is what. Hey, baby. Pressure regulator. and we're going to do on, and we're going to do 1. Um, Now what we need to do is do a jump here, change this to 10, and then if it goes here, we'll do another one, jump to 10. There. And I think this will do this. So we can actually clean up some space, change this to 24. Yep, 24. Okay, so the way this is going to work, it's going to come down here. It's going to grab the values it needs here, push it into the registry here. Then it will do the comparison to see if that registry is greater than or equal to 5900. And if it is, it will jump to line 24, and it'll repeat the loop over and over and over again until it doesn't equal that, and then it'll hit this jump. Oh, that's what I need to have. I need to have it turn it off. So we need a SPR, or excuse me, yeah, SPR on 0, and I'll do this. Perfect. Okay. So I actually do want this to jump to line 25. So the way these two jumps interact together is if there isn't a problem, it'll turn itself off. So if it hits this, turns itself on, it'll loop through again and keep looping with it on until the problem is fixed, and then this will turn off. And what I probably want to do, I need to have the alarm turned on, but the alarm is already being turned on by the other code. What I should probably put a sleep in there because this thing will just turn on, off, on, off, on, off, and we probably want to keep it on for a little bit of time. Um, so I could put a sleep in this, like do a sleep 10. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, we're going to confirm. We're going to export this to alert 3. Now, I don't think I have the actual thing selected here. So I will take off. Yeah, they're not selected. Um, yeah, so now we need to cycle this to no device. Oh, I don't have it on. Hang on a sec. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to go here, change this. I wanted, see where it says yellow and it says TDH? That tells me what I set these to, so I know what to set them to manually. So this is going to be tank display H filter tank LED. Perfect. This will be O2 LED. This will be nitrogen LED. This will be O2 CO2 LED. This is why you label everything. This would be impossible if you didn't label stuff. CO2 tank LED. And this will be X LED. X. This is the actual. This is why we're leaving these named the same, because I can trigger them all on or all off with one command instead of individually. I wouldn't need this many chips if I didn't name these. I could have had them all do the same thing, but it wouldn't have been as precise and as effective. So we want to change this to pressure regulator, which actually probably is this way. Back pressure regulator. Perfect. Oh no. Um, this may not work because it actually has 5 of them named the same thing. Yep. We'll give it a shot. Um, it's not erroring, so it's accepting the code. The two ways you can check the error, sometimes it'll flash, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll be green, but actually still have an error. And so if you hover over that, it'll tell you the error, even if it's green. Or you can hover over the chip, and it'll tell you if there's an error on a specific line. Now what we want to do is see, did it actually, perfect, it did. No, it didn't. This output, this is bad. I just probably outputted a bunch of gas right there. Um, it's not doing what I'm expecting. So what it should have done is change that setting, change this to 50,000 or 50 MPa. Um, which may not be an actual setting you can put, so let's check that. Yeah, it looks like you can go pretty far up. So I don't know if there's a limit. So that's 4 or 5 MPa right there. Let's make sure we're importing alert 3. Always do it. Always make this a habit. Make sure you're on the right chip. Otherwise, you're going to screw up the ones you already have. Import it, then edit it. If you don't, you're going to hate your life. There's no way around it. So right now we are setting PR to 59,000, but that is, I bet you it did one of the other ones. 50, 50, 50, 50. I'm not sure what's going on here. We're going to do this. We're going to type in 59,000, confirm. Look at it go. There it goes. Gastiger died. So now, so that's interesting. You can only go to 20,000 kPa, which is 20 MPa. So that's not good. Can I not go higher than that? That's as high as you can go. That's why it's not working. Okay. Well, I think that's okay. So we'll just do 50,000, make it do its maximum. I don't think these pipes can handle 50,000 now that I think about it. This feels like it's a really bad idea. I'm not really clear on, because you can't set this directly up to a tank. There's no way to do it. You have to have a pipe between it and something else. So, okay. Now those aren't on, so we're fine. But I do need to double check. So what I'll do is I'll take this, edit, take this out. We don't need this anymore. We're gonna do this. So I don't have to change the jump right now. It's fine. This will still turn it on and turn it off with this setting. So it's not like it's gonna release gas at 20,000. But for now, what I want to do is this, confirm, export. Okay, so it's not working. Oh, I know why. Okay, so it's reading this right here. And obviously, this does not equal whatever, right? So we need to change this to, because I'm converting stuff to a thing. So we need to do 0.98 is what we'll do. 98, because I already have it doing the math of how much pressure it can handle. 98. Give me this. Copy. So they aren't turning on. Unknown error at line 22. Okay, so they've got an error at 22. PR is there on 1. Is my syntax wrong? Sometimes I get my syntax wrong. Nope, I'm right. PR is D. Variable is on. Register is 1. You don't have to use register. You can use a number. Um, but it doesn't like it. What is exactly the error? Unknown at 22. So that's awesome. So we got some weird problem to deal with. 25. Interesting. Still, it doesn't like it. It doesn't way that I'm trying to interact with the. I mean, we know on is read write. Power is not what you think it is. Power basically tells is an output you can pull. You can't write to it. It just basically says how much power this device is using. Um, hmm. So I should be able to read on or off. And in fact, you can see that I've done it on alert 1, import, edit it. You can see that I'm turning the warning on and off. And we know this works because we've tested it. And I've demonstrated that earlier by reducing this to like, um, to like 22% or whatever. So we know that turns on the slide. I've demonstrated that over and over again. And so we know the syntax and the usage of this is correct. So I'm doing something wrong that I don't see quite yet. Alert 3, import, edit. PR is D5. PR. I'm turning it on, or this is actually off. Jump to 10, and then it repeats. Jump to 10, then it repeats. Or if it actually hits this, then I'll jump to this line here, turn it on. I'll sleep for 10 seconds, and then jump. I'm getting an error. Index was outside the bounds of the array. It's just kind of weird. Um, for testing purposes, we're going to set up a SPR on 1 here. I'm going to see if I can turn it on or off before the rest of the code exports. Line 6. It doesn't like the way I'm trying to turn it on. I don't know why. But there's no question this is the correct way to do it.
Well, different strokes for different folks.
Or different functions. Um, So SD, which is here. Let me just try to use the actual value instead. D5, confirm, export, not on. Still, now it's bumping at airline 25. That's different. 25 is the other one. It doesn't like the alias I'm using. That's really weird. No errors. If I put the device indicator directly, is this thing not set right? Back pressure regulator. This might be screwing up just because there's multiples of this. But now we're going to force it to turn it on by going here and changing this to 1 because I want to make sure this actually works. Export it, and only one of them turned on, so we have a problem. It's only turning that one on. So this is what I was afraid of, but I do have a solution for this. Because in this scenario, I would need 2 full shifts to do this, and that's just stupid. So what we're going to do is turn this back to 0, confirm, export it, and turn it off. Perfect. So we're going to put down a batch writer, and we're going to have an output, have this be an output to the batch writer. And the batch writer will read that and then turn them all on. So we need to pick up this tile. And I need to go to the, I need the other. Yes, I know my power is always critical. Let's go get power. There. Now let's go get, all those chips you guys threw away? You should keep, I pulled them out and I put them in this orange backpack along with, you had like 3 IC chips you threw away too, which is kind of weird. So we just need one of these. So we're going to take this logic IO out and we'll use it to create a batch writer. Um, that's fine. Oops, I didn't do the thing. Wall, flat wall, okay. Give me this, give me that. And it changes to a logic writer and a batch writer. This will write to every single one of those. So I'll send the output to the batch writer and the batch writer write to all of them at once. It's unfortunate. There might be, actually, we should check this. There might be a function to do a batch write in the code. That would be stupid to have to do it this way. So let's see if there is. I don't even know where to start to look, actually. That's mass stuff, register. Stores register value to var on all output network devices with provided type hash. That would do the trick. So we would so we put the hash there, put on there, one there, this. We just need to find out what the hash is for that device, which I already know, or I can get from F1. But let's see if there's a better way to do this. Because we want to use the names. Because what if we had another series of the same hash type, but we didn't want those affected? Register, pushes. No. Register. I'm skipping all these registers. This is putting stuff into register, which I'm obviously not trying to do. This loads the register, logs. This is sort of the same thing, batch mode. Loads var from all output devices into register. So I think, let me see. This is doing loads var from all output network devices with the provided type hash. I'm not trying to use hash. This is all if statement stuff. When it says batch, um, all these are, this is branch. When it says branch, like here, this is an if statement. This doesn't say branch, but it's also an if statement. You can just look at it and tell it is. Branch, 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 branch. Whole bunch of different if statements. Labels register or device reference with name, device references. Oh, alias. Duh. Just got to read the command. I already know. Um, okay. So it appears the only way to do this is right now is with a, I don't like this, but it would get me past having to use the, I think it was SB, right? SB, right here. Type hash. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll press F1, go to this thing. We need the back pressure regulator, not this one. Back pressure regulator. Here's the hash. Can I copy that? No. Can I put this over here? Okay. So what we're going to do is do SB -14498575558 var on 0. And for testing, we're going to turn this on really quick. Confirm, export, and they're not on. There's no error. It just doesn't like my, nope, there's no error. It's just not turning them on, and it should be turning it on. Did I get it right? Where's F1? So 1, 1, oh, my number was wrong. That's why. 11498575558. Let's try this again. Confirm, export. There it is. It did work. Awesome. Of course, we don't want this to be on, so we're going to set it to 0. And then we're also going to use the same hash right here to this. And SB. Confirm. Export. Should turn them all off, and it turns them all off. We're done. I have tried that, turning it off and on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to disconnect it from the data network, kind of like reinitialize the things it's connecting to, especially if you do a lot of variable changes or name changes. It seems to get confused somewhere the database doesn't update correctly. Or I'm just a terrible coder, one of the two. I really should change these to percentage, but whatever, it's fine. I could, but it's done. I don't want to break it. What's interesting, I don't remember turning these on, but they're evidently on. That's fine. So our CO2 canister or tank is at 41%. So it's going to have some issues soon. That way, so the reason we have it turn on and off is because these things take up a lot of power. and you don't want to use a bunch of power on stuff. So do these things, but you're putting ice in the tank.
Um, Volatiles. I picked up a lot digging out the mountain base.
So we should see him right now. He's putting in there. You can see it actually pushing it in. It's still not pushing it up as much as you think it would, but we're only at 2.2%. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to do the same thing for water. This is a little bit of a special situation because while I do have a while I have a backflow for water, um, I there's no like passive vent or anything for water, at least not that I know of. So we're gonna need to go look inside the thing and see if there is any sort of item that I can make that will be like a passive vent, but for gas or but for water. Um, it's possible this can. Let's press F1. Let's look at vent. I'm pretty sure it's not going to give me a whole lot of information I can use. Doesn't really give me a whole lot of anything. I can't use this. Um, a cryotube. Oh, this is where you guys can go to sleep. Why do you guys build cryotubes? I don't know why I didn't think about this before. You guys can go sleep in the cryotube and then come back without having to, lose all your crap.
There's also a sleeper as well.
I wonder if there's something similar for a robot. Gas mixer. There's the valve. Liquid radiator? No, it's not quite the same thing. It's close. This will heat up or cool down depending on what you're trying to do. The liquid, which we don't care about. Liquid volume pump passive. Are you serious? The one thing we need for water we don't have? Sleeper. Yep, there's a sleeper. Suit storage tank connector.
Well, we can always electrolyze it.
That's what yeah, that's the idea I had yesterday is just plug it into an electrolyzer to produce more gas. Um, but, well, we can also make water too. So we could do both. And that's in this room is kind of the idea is some of the stuff would happen. Did my battery die? It did die. It's like, why isn't my light on? Okay, there we go. Um, do you know where the filters are and where you got to go to? I got to put a door. Basically, there's gonna be a maintenance door here, and then basically you come back here to replace the filters, right?
Okie
So
doke.
when the alarm goes off, that the filters the there's gonna be a little bit of confusion. So that light that's up there in that corner, it'll go on for both events. When the tanks are full, it'll go off, and when the filters need replaced, it'll go off. Um, there was, and then you have to come in here and basically look to see which one's which. I could color code. I could color code the thing that's the problem and turn it red from gray. And that way you would just come in here and you'd see automatically what's the problem. I think that might be a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. That wouldn't be hard to fix or hard to implement. So we'll go here, import, edit. Um, so, actually, this is the wrong one. We want to do the alarm one. Alarm one, import, edit. So this jumps to 32. Um, um, I need to be careful about this. So what I was thinking about doing is putting in a line like here that would say um, set um, TDH setting um, 4 is red, I think, like that. Is that correct? Yep, I'm right. The problem is this is where an array would be useful. So yeah, I'd set it for this one. I would need a shit. I would need a separate one of these for each one of those, which is doable. Yeah, let's do that. It's fine. Um, so what we'll do is this is going to 32 here. Um, and we'll do set TD TDH um, color 4, right? So that'd be 32, and then it would jump, and the base will just have to repeat this. So set L warning on 1, set TD02 color 4, and this will jump to 36, and this will jump to 15. Set L warning on 1, set TD00. I could have a trigger a var, like set a variable of the one that's broken. Ooh, that'd be yeah, that's possible. Then I wouldn't have to do this. But if there's more than one broken, then that'd be a problem too. It'd be highly unlikely. But the idea is that, I kind of want to try it. Let's get this piece working first, just to make sure the idea works, and then I can try to refine it. Color 1, color 4, J15, SL warning on 1, STD, TDCO2, color 4, J15. And in this particular case, we should do an S. That's a problem. So there's no way to turn it back to green, if that makes sense. If I do it here, um, oh, I know how to do it. So we'll input the color change back to green here. Set TDH color 1, set TD 02 color 1, set TDN color 1, set TDCO2 color 1, and set TDX color 1. There. So now if it breaks, then there's a problem. It won't, as long as there's a problem, it won't actually trigger this. It'll go to here and turn it red. Otherwise, if everything's fine, it turns it all back gray, turns the warning off, and jumps back to what is now 20. Shit, why is it going to 15? Oh, because I need to set the setting right. Okay, that's fine. 15. So, Yusuf, I did see the relative jump. I didn't understand what that's doing. Um, I don't know what relative jump is doing. I did see that here. R jump, R jump. Um, yeah, so there it is, jump relative. And I don't know what this means. Is that a name? No idea. So Tn is 44. So wait, 32 is now here. No, here. So 36. This should go to 40, 44, 48. SL warning on 1. STD X color 4 J15. All right. Okay, so there's a storm coming. This alarm is letting us know. What is the way to change the range? Because it's not very far. Like I can barely hear that. But that's letting us know there's a storm coming in. Now we'll test it by changing the parameter of the threshold. 10, confirm, export. Well, that's not good. So it's working, but that didn't turn on. That should have turned on. Because this one's over 22%. It's not turning on light. I broke something. I know why. Okay, this is why. Alert 2 is overwriting this one. See? That's what's going on. We need a new light. We need a separate light. But what's interesting is while it's turning that on, it's not setting the color of the displays. It should be changing. This should be changing to red. Oh, I know why. Gosh dang it. There's another chip that's overriding it. Yep, these are changing the color right there. I'm going to take these out. There, now this should work. And it is. So it turned it to red. And that's on. So that's perfect. Now, it's not perfect because this one isn't on. So as soon as I turn this on, it'll override it and turn it off. Even though this stays on, this other one's using the same light. Um, and I'm not sure how to deal with that. Probably use this as an output to a write chip and this to a write chip. No, because that it'll still overwrite. They almost need their own light. Unless I can do an if then, an and or, no, an and, no, an XOR. I need an XOR gate, I believe. That's how that works. There, it's on, it's doing that. Um, but it is not turning that on, which is interesting. Oh, this is just the warning. This isn't actually the backflow. Right. Um, oh, I see. So you're saying if I put a jump relative, it'll be 4. So no matter if I move it up or down, it'll always be 4 spaces one way or another, like -4 or +12. Yeah, I got it. Right. Okay. I get it, Yusuf. All right. So we need to use a chip to do this, I think. Again, we're going to need a. No, I need a math chip. I need a math or a logic chip. I might need this too. All right. So unary. I don't know what that means. Unary. Unary. Logic math. So this has two inputs and an output. So this might, no, that's just math. Compare, select, min max. I need an XOR gate, basically. Input, input. I don't think that's what I want. What does this do? Okay, it just does non-traditional math, square root, log, sin, cos, tan. Yep. This is like trigonometry stuff, um, which is not what I'm looking for. What does that do? Power greater or less than? It's literally a. That's almost. That's weird. That's not what I want though either. Don't want to compare. Ooh, actually, compare might work. I could say if this and this doesn't equal the same to turn it on. Yeah, that'll work. Right? So in and does not equal. Yeah, I think it'll work. So alert one. So they put out a state. So if this was currently, wait, hmm, um, do a state alert two, and then not equals, and then it would output a signal, which right now they are equals, but it's going to turn it off. Yep. You see what's happening? The two chips are fighting for control. These two. We still need to use that as a threshold for now because I'm trying to see if I can get this to work. I basically want to see if this one's triggering and this one's not, to output red. If this one's triggering and this one's not, to output red. But if they both are okay, or both are the other way, to output red or green, if that makes sense. Nope, that's not going to work. Because if these are both green, then it'll output green. If they're both red, it'll output green. That's not what I want. That's not going to work either. Logic compare, logic select, next. Okay, so that's not going to work. That's frustrating. I don't really know what to do with this. There's no way for me to logic writer, batch writer, logic mirror. Slot reader, batch reader. This could read the slots of this. Like I think this will read each one of these pins. Logic writer switch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this one up. The only other way I can see it is to do another IC chip here, which would be super annoying. But it's been 2 hours. I'm gonna take a lunch break. I need to do some research on this too, so I'm gonna do some Google research and see if I can't find out how people have done an XOR gate. Um, but yeah, the system's doing its thing. It is technically working, except the warning light isn't reliable. So then it definitely needs to be fixed. Change this to 95. Confirm. Export. There. I'm back to gray. We're good. Didn't we have a bunch of plastic sheet? There they are. Okay, and save my cables. Okay, yeah, made some good progress there. I'm gonna get some lunch, do some research on how to deal with that. I'm gonna throw myself in the garbage because that's what we do here. And there we go. I'm in the garbage. I will see you guys later today, maybe in an hour or so. Um, as always, thank you for joining me today. If you think I deserve it, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment below and subscribe. All the YouTube things that we all hate to do. And until later, this is Exilium signing off.